The trap of staying. Have you ever looked back at your life and thought, I should be further ahead by now? You had plans, you had dreams, but somehow life got in the way. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and before you knew it, another year had passed, and you're still in the same place. But here's the truth. Most people stay stuck their entire lives, not because they're not smart, not because they don't work hard, but because of invisible traps that keep them locked in place. Traps so subtle that most don't even realize they're caught until it's too late. But today, that changes. Today, we're breaking down the 5 biggest reasons why people stay stuck, and more importantly, how you can escape them for good. Stay with me, because this could be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. Number 1, fear of regret. The real reason you're stuck, the harsh truth. Failure is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Most people think they're afraid of failure, but that's not the real fear. The real fear? Regret. Not the fear of falling down, but the fear of looking back and realizing you never even tried. The fear of waking up years from now, staring at a life you settled for, knowing deep down that you had more in you, that you could have done more, that you should have done more. Because here's the truth. Failure is temporary, but regret stays with you. It eats at you. It whispers, what if? It makes you wonder what could have been if you had just taken the risk, just made the move, just believed in yourself. Story. Sylvester Stallone's Rocky rejection, why he refused $300,000. In the 1970s, Sylvester Stallone was just another struggling actor in Hollywood. He was broke, no connections, no opportunities, and worst of all, he had a speech impediment that made casting directors laugh him out of the room. But then he wrote Rocky, and he just knew this was his chance. So he pitched the script to Hollywood producers. They loved it. They offered him $300,000 for it. Huge money for someone who could barely afford rent. But there was one condition. He couldn't play Rocky. They wanted a real actor. Now think about that. He was broke, hungry, desperate. And he still said no. Because deep down he knew that if he gave up his role, he'd be selling out on his dream. He chose to bet on himself, even if it meant risking everything. And guess what? After being rejected over 1,500 times, one studio finally gave him a shot. Rocky became a global phenomenon. And today, Sylvester Stallone isn't just a Hollywood legend. He's living proof that the biggest risk in life is not taking one. The scariest question you'll ever ask yourself. Now ask yourself, what if Stallone had taken the easy way out? What if he had let fear win? What if he had let someone else take his shot? Where would he be today? Now, here's the real question. Where will you be 5 years from now? Will you be the person who took the risk, or the person who looks back, full of regret, wishing they had? Science. The Harvard study on regret. What people really wish for at the end. Harvard psychologists conducted a study on regret, asking elderly people one simple question. What do you regret the most? And you know what they found. Most people didn't regret the mistakes they made. They regretted the chances they didn't take. They didn't regret the times they failed. They regretted the times they let fear stop them from even trying. Let that sink in. Because if you're watching this right now, you still have time. Time to take that risk. Time to chase that dream. Time to become the person you were meant to be. But that time is running out. Every day you wait is a day you never get back. How to break free from regret? Take the 5-year test. So next time fear tries to stop you, ask yourself this: in 5 years, will I regret not doing this? If the answer is yes, do it, even if it's scary, even if you're not ready. Because here's the truth. No one is ever ready. But the ones who win in life, they don't wait until they're ready. They take the leap anyway. Because failure fades, but regret stays. Number 2, lack of discipline and consistency. Why motivation won't save you. The motivation myth, why it fails every time. You've felt it before, that rush of excitement when you set a new goal. You tell yourself, this time I'm going to do it. You feel unstoppable. You buy the gym membership. You start waking up early. You plan everything out. And for a few days, it works. But then, life happens. You get tired. You lose motivation. And suddenly, skipping one day turns into skipping a week. And before you know it, you're right back where you started. Sounds familiar? It's because most people rely on motivation, and motivation is a terrible strategy. Why? Because it's temporary. Some days you feel inspired, most days you won't, and that's where most people fail. But successful people, they don't rely on motivation, they rely on systems. Example, James Clear's 1% rule, why small actions matter most. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, explains it like this. If you improve just 1% every day by the end of a year, you won't be twice as good. You won't be 3 times as good. You'll be 37 times better. Not because of some big dramatic change, but because small, consistent actions compound over time. Think about it like this. A plane that changes its course by just 1 degree doesn't seem like a big deal, but after hundreds of miles, it ends up in a completely different destination. The same is true for your habits. Small changes don't seem like much today, but over time, they completely transform your life. The science behind consistency, neuroplasticity, and habit formation. In neuroscience, there's something called neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires itself based on repeated behaviors. That's why people who wake up early naturally keep waking up early. It's why people who go to the gym regularly don't even think about it anymore. Their brains have literally been rewired to make those habits automatic. And this is the key. Success isn't about motivation. It's about making the right actions automatic. Story: Kobe Bryant's legendary discipline, the 4 a.m. rule. If you think success is about motivation, let's talk about Kobe Bryant. At the peak of his career, he was already one of the best basketball players in the world. But while other NBA players trained twice a day, Kobe trained 4 times a day. He'd wake up at 4 a.m. to get an extra workout in before everyone else even started. And he didn't do it because he felt motivated. He did it because he built a system that made success inevitable. How to break free from inconsistency and build unstoppable discipline. So how do you stop relying on motivation and start winning every day? You build systems that force consistency. 1. Stop saying, "I'll do it later." Schedule it instead. Instead of saying, "I'll work out when I feel like it," say, "I will work out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, no matter what." Treat it like an unbreakable appointment. 2. Make it impossible to fail. Lower the resistance. If you struggle with working out, make it stupidly easy. Put on your gym clothes and commit to 5 minutes. If you want to write a book, don't set a goal of 1,000 words. Just write 1 sentence per day. Success is about starting small and staying consistent. 3. Focus on never missing twice. The 2-day rule. If you skip a day, don't skip twice. Missing once is life. Missing twice is the start of a habit. 4. Track your progress, the chain method. Jerry Seinfeld used a simple trick. Every day he wrote jokes, he put an X on his calendar. His goal? Never break the chain. Seeing progress fuels more progress. Discipline creates freedom. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is forever. If you want to change your life, stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation. Build a system, stick to it, and let discipline do the rest. Number 3. The comfort zone trap. How it keeps you stuck. The invisible cage of comfort. Most people don't fail because they're not talented. Most people don't fail because they don't have opportunities. They fail because they stay comfortable. Your comfort zone is like a warm, cozy prison. It feels safe. It feels familiar. But here's the problem. Nothing grows there. Think about it. Have you ever wanted to start something? A new business, a new skill, a new habit, but you kept putting it off because it was uncomfortable? You told yourself, I'll start next week. But next week became next month. And before you knew it, an entire year passed and nothing changed. Story: The Boiling Frog Trap. Why most people never escape. There's an old story about a frog in a pot of water. If you throw a frog into boiling water, it jumps out immediately. But if you put it in lukewarm water and slowly heat it up, the frog won't notice until it's too late. And that's exactly how the comfort zone works. It doesn't feel like a trap. It feels normal. But every day you stay in it, you're falling behind while the world moves forward. Look around. While you hesitate, someone else is taking action. While you overthink, someone else is learning, building, growing. And a year from now, they'll be ahead, and you'll still be stuck. Example: the Navy SEAL 40% rule. You have way more in you. Navy SEALs have a concept called the 40% rule. They say that when your body and mind tell you you're done, when you feel like you've got nothing left, you're actually only at 40% of your true potential. Meaning, you are capable of way more than you think, but most people never reach their full potential because the moment things get hard, they stop. How to break free from the comfort zone. Trap. Growth is on the other side of discomfort. The only way to break free is to start doing things that scare you. 1. Do something uncomfortable every day. Afraid of public speaking? Speak up in meetings. Avoiding the gym? Go for 5 minutes. Just show up. Scared of rejection? Talk to a stranger today. 2. Set a discomfort challenge. The 7-day test. For 7 days, intentionally do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Example: if you struggle with confidence, force yourself to make eye contact with everyone you speak to. 3. Train your mind for discomfort, like a muscle. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the less power it has over you. Success isn't about avoiding discomfort, it's about getting used to it. Success lives outside your comfort zone. So here's the question: will you stay in your cozy prison, or will you break free? The choice isn't easy, but it's simple, because success has always lived in the same place, outside your comfort zone. 4. Negative self-talk. How your thoughts shape your reality. The most powerful voice you'll ever hear is your own. Your brain listens to everything you say. Every time you think, I'm not good enough, your brain goes to work, looking for proof that you're right. This isn't just philosophy. This is neuroscience. Science, confirmation, bias, and self-fulfilling prophecy. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. Your brain naturally seeks out evidence to support what you already believe. If you believe you're not smart, you'll unconsciously ignore moments of intelligence and focus only on your mistakes. If you think you're unlucky, you'll overlook opportunities right in front of you. And here's the scary part. Your thoughts shape your reality, not because of magic, not because of luck, but because your brain is literally filtering the world based on what you expect to see. Story: Muhammad Ali and the Power of Self-Belief. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a great boxer, he was a master of self-belief. Long before he became world champion, he would tell himself, "I am the greatest." He repeated it so much that his brain had no choice but to believe it. And because he believed it, he acted differently. He trained harder. He spoke with confidence. He carried himself like a champion before he ever was one. And that's the key. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your actions shape your reality. The hidden cost of negative self-talk. Now, let's flip the story. Imagine someone who wakes up every day saying, "I'm not good enough." What happens? They hesitate. They hold back. They second-guess themselves in conversations, in opportunities, in everything. And slowly, they create a life that matches their beliefs. Example: the invisible chains of self-doubt. Elephants in the circus are trained as babies with a small chain around their leg. When they try to escape, they can't. So, eventually, they stop trying. Even when they grow up, strong enough to break free, they don't. Because in their mind, they're still stuck. And that's exactly how negative self-talk works. How to break free from negative self-talk. Reprogramming your mind isn't about wishful thinking. It's about retraining your brain to see what's already possible. 1. Catch your negative thoughts in real time. When you hear yourself say, "I can't do this," stop. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Or is this just a belief? 2. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of, "I'm not good enough," say, "I am learning and improving every day." Instead of, "I always fail," say, "Every setback is a lesson that makes me stronger." 3. Speak to yourself like you would a friend. Would you tell your best friend you're a failure? Number. So why say it to yourself? Use the 3-to-1 rule, neuroscience-backed. For every one negative thought, consciously say 3 positive ones to retrain your brain. Your words become your future. If you change the way you speak to yourself, you'll change the way you see the world. And if you change the way you see the world, you'll change your life. Your thoughts are either building you up or tearing you down. The choice is yours. Number 5. Distractions and lack of focus, the silent dream killer. If you feel stuck in life, let me ask you one question. How much of your time is actually yours? Think about it. You wake up, and the first thing you do, check your phone. Before you even start your day, your mind is already consumed by texts, notifications, and other people's priorities. You get ready, maybe go to work or school, but every free moment, you're scrolling, you're consuming. You're watching other people live their dreams while yours fade into the background. And before you know it, another day is gone, another week, another year, and nothing has changed. The modern day trap. Your attention is being sold. Understand this. Distraction isn't an accident. It's a business model. Companies like TikTok, Instagram, and Netflix are designed to keep you addicted. They have entire teams of neuroscientists studying how to hijack your brain, how to make their platform so addictive that you can't put your phone down. Example, the infinite scroll. Trick. Ever wonder why social media has an infinite scroll? Why there's never an end? That's because your brain is wired to seek completion. If there's no stopping point, you just keep going. You tell yourself, just one more video, and suddenly, it's been hours. Tech companies don't just want your attention, they want your life. And the more time you give them, the less you have for yourself. Why distraction is killing your future. Here's the brutal truth. Most people aren't failing because they're not smart. They're not failing because they don't have opportunities. They're failing because they can't focus. Distraction is stealing your dreams, one notification at a time. And the worst part, you don't even realize it's happening. Imagine two people. One spends 4 hours a day scrolling, watching Netflix, and playing video games. The other spends that same 4 hours learning new skills, building a business, improving their mindset. After one day, there's no difference. After 1 year, the gap is noticeable. After 5 years, one of them is thriving. The other is still stuck. Which one will you be? How to break free from distractions and take back your life. You don't need more hours in a day. You just need to take back the ones that are being stolen from you. 1. Control your environment. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Set up your phone so that you control it, not the other way around. 2. Schedule focus time, like a meeting with yourself. Block out 2 to 3 hours daily where you work on your goals, uninterrupted. No phone, no distractions, just pure focus. 3. Use the 80-20 rule. Eliminate wasted time. 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. Identify what truly matters and cut the rest. 4. Uninstall one addictive app for 7 days. Test yourself. Just 1 week without TikTok, Instagram, or Netflix. You'll be shocked at how much time and mental clarity you regain. Take back your time. Here's the reality. Your time is your life, and if you don't take control of it, someone else will. Starting today, decide. Will you be the person who controls their focus, or the person who lets distractions control them? The choice is yours. It's time to break free. Most people will watch this video, feel motivated for a moment, and then do nothing. Don't let that be you. Take one thing from this video, just one, and apply it today. Because success isn't about knowing more, it's about doing more. Which of these 5 traps do you struggle with the most? Drop a comment below and let's talk. And if this video helped you, hit like and subscribe for more life-changing content. Your future starts now. Don't fade. Don't hesitate.